Civil rights organizations in Brazil are outraged after a French supermarket giant Carrefour sought to pay off the widow of an afro-Brazilian man who was beaten and killed by its security guards in the Brazilian city of Porto Alegre last November. Our correspondent Brian Muir has the story.
Last November 20th, the brutal murder of Afro-Brazilian father of four Joao Freitas in the parking lot of a Carrefour in Porto Alegre by Carrefour security guards shocked the nation, and national protests ensued. This week, Carrefour announced to the press that it had just deposited 1.1 million reais in the bank account of Freitas' widow. She had not asked for this amount. She'd been asking for much more. In dollar terms, this comes out to about $205,000. And what's angered civil rights activists across the country is that the value that Carrefour spontaneously deposited in her bank account was less than a fine they paid in 2019 when their security guards killed a dog in the parking lot of a Carrefour in Osasco, São Paulo. According to human rights lawyer Carlos Barata, there are two reasons why people are angry about what's just happened. First of all, there's the question of the value amount, lower than that for a dog. It's as if Carrefour is saying that a dog's life is worth more to them than an Afro-Brazilian man. Secondly, it's the way that they did it. They announced that they'd made the deposit to the press before his widow had even found out about it. She lives in a favela in a poor section of Porto Alegre with a heavy organized crime presence, and she told her lawyers that immediately after the news hit the media, people started knocking on her door asking to borrow money. Now, Brazil has a long history of lottery winners being kidnapped, mugged, or even killed after the news of their winnings reaches the press. So they've basically put her personal security in danger. Pressure is mounting against Carrefour, and the hope is that this fight can go internationally so that Carrefour can be pressured in France so they can be shamed for giving such a low amount at a moment when the family of George Floyd just received $27 million from the Minneapolis city government. The black movement in Porto Alegre is considering this offer from Carrefour to be a disgrace.